Hi, this is Randall Souls with Scientific Remodeling System, and I want to talk to you today about a project management program. The program's called Teamwork Project Manager. Teamwork Project Manager. And this is how to easily manage your projects using a program. I'm going to give you a brief overview of this, and then I'm going to show you how to set up a project and the users within that project. When you log in here, you'll see the name that you logged in under, Bobby D. Remodeler, and it comes right to your dashboard. And in the dashboard you can see a welcome message which the owner can set up. It shows on every project. And you also see the recent activities within projects. We have two projects, the Mansion Bathroom Project and the Peter Porter Porte Cochere Project. The next tab is the Everything, and that's where you see everything. You have the project here, and these are task lists, and these are the tasks within the task list. Every task has to have a task list. And as you can see, when I hovered over the mansion bathroom, all of these tabs come up. If I want to go to tasks, I can go there, milestones, etc. The next tab is projects, and these are overall tabs. In other words, they're your overall program. They're not one specific project. These cover everything you have within the program. So in the projects, we see we have two projects, and these are active projects. Over here on the sidebar we can see the categories: all projects, bathrooms, and porches. So we could go to if we hit porches, for instance, we would go to the Peter Porter Porte Cochere, that project. If we hit bathrooms, we would go to the mansion bathroom. Upcoming projects would be both of these again. Archive projects are templates that you might save. In other words, this is a template of the mansion bathroom project, which I can use over and over again with some modifications. And then lastly, you have project chart, and under that you can see a basic calendar of your projects. This is to show how they overlap, and the diamonds on this yellow bar are the milestones. See, the rough end begins and then the project actually finishes. The reason this extends on out is because I've included a 1-week follow-up, 1-month follow-up, and a 6-month follow-up to this job. But the project actually ends right here where I've set this milestone. The Peter Porter Porte Cochere job hasn't been planned yet. This is a scheduled to begin date and a scheduled to end date. So it has a lot of things to be added to it. The next item is your calendar, and here you can see what is going on. We'll go on to July. The calendar only shows milestones in these colorful bars, but under that you can see tasks. Now let's go on to August, and you can see there are a lot of tasks here. See the 6 tasks right there? When we hover over that, we can see all the tasks that are happening on that day. If we click it, it will take us to the tasks, and we can see that 2 of these are under demolition, 4 of them are under project site setup. So all that's going to go on that day. So if we go to projects and we go to the mansion bathroom project, we get an overview first of all, and this is all the recent activity. This is what took place today, yesterday, June 24th, etc., etc. This is a great place for company owners to look and see what is going on what has happened. Over here we can see if it's been edited by somebody, written by somebody, or created by somebody. So a lot of this was edited and created by Bobby D. The next item is tasks. And as I said, every task has to have a task list. So this task list is called the RFQs and POQs. So the purchase, the request for quotes, and the purchase order quotations. This task list is contract is awarded, prepare the production folder, the project leader contacts all participants, etc. So these are all tasks that we set up within that. Over on the left side, in this sidebar, you can see all the task lists. So these are all task lists, and these are the quantity of tasks in each task list. So if we click that, we go straight to it. If we want to know about project site setup, we can go to it very quickly. And I'll show you how to set up tasks and milestones in the next video. So milestones are the point in time when something occurs. It is not something with duration. It doesn't have any time to it. It's just a point where something starts, stops, or is a point in between activities where something occurs. So this one is to start the estimate on July 23rd. The project's awarded on the 30th. The project starts on August 13th, and so on, where it ends on the 25th. All these milestones are tied to each other automatically. So if I change this to 24, this one's going to change to 31, this one's going to change to 14. And the tasks within that, which are tied to the milestone, will move down also. Messages is just like a chat board. This is where you can just chat back and forth. This is about the startup of the mansion bathroom project, and it is a thread, and so you can add a reply here, and this is a comment by Bobby D, and you can add a reply. You can attach a file to that. You can say who's going to be notified about this. It could be anybody at all could be notified about this message. Under files, you can put any files you want here. There's also another place to put files, but say you want to include a file for the plumber, and this is the Kohler sink file. So if we click that and view the file, then we can see the Kohler sink, all the specs for the installation of that. You can download it and you can edit that. You can also comment on it. Once again, you have files you can attach to the comment. You can say who's supposed to see that. Very handy place. You could put all your contracts here and make them so they're only seen by your supervisor, lead carpenter, and your office manager. Time billing is something you may or may not use. You can start a timer up and it will keep track of what you're doing and what task it relates to, and that time can be sent off to some other programs. Under notebooks, this is where I set up the daily journals for the lead carpenter and the supervisor. And this is where they would keep their daily notes, which will be visible by people who have permission. And Bobby D, being the owner, can always see them. They can't hold him out. But this notebook is only visible to Bobby D. Remodeler and Cecil Sharp, who's the supervisor. So in here he'd put an entry, and if we go to edit, he would put an entry and then he might put a line in here for the next entry and put a date stamp as he did up here, and so forth. Anybody can comment on these, and they can also write in the journal, but in this case they would just comment on it. Save that new entry, and you can see anybody can comment here, and as usual you can set the permissions who can see it. Since we've already said this is only available to Bobby D and Cecil Sharp, then you might want to exclude Cecil from this comment and let only Bobby D see it. And press done. You can attach a file. Resources are very handy. This is where you can also put URLs and embedding code to videos. So if you want to put a URL to a Kohler shower body spray installation, then you could put that here and give that permission only to the plumber. As you can see, the entire manual is there. Another thing you can put in here is videos. So this video, how to clean your granite countertops, is a resource for your clients. So Margaret Mansion is the only one who can see this, and everybody in the company. And when that opens, she can see the actual.
Hi, I'm Michelle, and I'm going to show you how to clean your granite countertops.
And so that's how you can show videos to people. They could be instructional videos or anything you like. Anything with a URL or embedding code can go in resources. Billing, as I mentioned before, if you have used your time clock and kept some time on a task, you can see Cecil Sharp here. The task was the final days general. Check entire project for completion. He has an hour and 15 minutes, and we could add an invoice to that and send it to either FreshBooks or QuickBooks Online. The next item is the people, and that's everybody you have included in this project. So here is A Better Remodeling Company and everyone within it, all their information. And these are all the companies that will be participating in this project. And as you see over here, there is a long list of access allowed items. Now the administrator, access is allowed. He is an administrator, so he can do everything. And if we look under Cecil Sharp, the supervisor, we see that he is not a project administrator, and he cannot set privacy on items. But everything else he can see. And if we didn't want him to see, say, the risk register, then we would take that off. So that's a brief overview of everything in TeamWorks Project Manager. And I'll show you more in the next video about how to set a project up, add some users, and some milestones and tasks. This is Randall Souls signing off for Scientific Remodeling System, and I'll see you in the next tutorial.